Last summer semester, I traveled to Istanbul, Turkey as part of a study abroad program. I was there for 2 months and I took one class. I was there during the summer semester, so the campus wasn't as busy, but it was still the same environment as any other study abroad program. One of the first thing I noticed when I got there was how welcoming everyone was. The Turkish people, they are very hospitable and they welcomed me without question. And I think that that would have been my favorite part if I had to choose, that I felt just like I would feel here. I didn't feel like an outsider. I felt welcomed and appreciated and respected. I was able to eat lunch with a Turkish family. We did breakfast with a Turkish family. I went to a Turkish movie. They were all very interested in showing me about how their daily lives are. So I was able to participate in things from as small as a breakfast to as large as a wedding ceremony. So I was able to see all different aspects of just their daily lives that we might not consider. I think that the best part about the whole experience was being in a place that is so close to so many other different places. Istanbul it's very unique because it's part of the European continent and the Asian continent, so traveling between different places was very easy. We were able to go to Greece. We were able to see places on the European side and the Asian side without any problems with customs, without any big hassles with traveling. There was a big language barrier. They speak Turkish there, it's a difficult language to pick up because the alphabet is so different from the English alphabet. However, I spent a lot of time with Turkish students, and just being there I was there for 2 months, and within that 2-month period of time, I was able to pick up enough of the language that I could get around from one place to another if I needed to. But in general, most people knew just common English, hello, goodbye, so it wasn't too difficult. One of the biggest culture barriers that I can think of is the Muslim population in Istanbul. I think that it's a lot different. They're very traditional, and the majority of the people there are Muslim. So the way that they treat women, the way that different cultural rituals they have, the way they act within family and friends, it's all very different from what we're used to here. So it was interesting being thrown into a situation like that I'm not really a part of here. I think the biggest advice that I could give students would be to follow through with your plans. If you want to study abroad and if it's something that you're really interested in, continue with the whole process. I think that the hardest part about my process was actually getting everything together and the steps leading up to my departure. Paperwork, coursework, stuff like that. But once that was out of the way and I was there, it is so worth it. So if you can just get through the bureaucracy of it, then I think that it's definitely worth it. The classes I took were mostly focused on Turkish culture. We took a language class and an anthropology course, and in that I was very lucky to have a professor who she had a lot of free time, so she spent time with us traveling from different places around Istanbul, sightseeing, learning about their culture, so it was more hands-on instead of sitting in a classroom and just listening to her talk. We actually got to get out and see things. I would recommend study abroad to anyone, regardless of where you go. I think that the experience is something that you can't get doing anything else in your undergraduate career. Istanbul, I think, offers something that a lot of other study abroad programs don't. It's not somewhere where a lot of students go, so being able to experience something that other students haven't, or it's not very common for them to, I think maybe gives you a benefit to having study abroad. Last summer semester, I traveled to Istanbul, Turkey as part of a study abroad program.